It's time for Lindsey Metselaar. She's a CEO, Instagram food influencer, and relationship expert. You can listen to her on her weekly podcast, We Met At Acme, which delves into all things millennial dating, from dating app etiquette to sex on the first date and more. Please give a warm Build Brunch welcome to Lindsey Metselaar. Woo!
It's so fun to walk out.
I know.
Do you love it?
You
Very
really started
dramatic.
it.
I know.
I was gonna do the like fake finger gun. That is horrible.
How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank
We're
you.
back on a couch together.
I know. This is just how our relationship started.
Yeah.
So tell us about the podcast, We Met At Acme.
Totally. So We Met at Acme is a millennial dating podcast, and it basically every episode I bring on someone who's had tons of experience dating, whether bad or good or combo, you know. And actually, Allie was recently on it, so stay tuned for her episode, where she challenges me, very rightfully so. You'll see. And yeah, it's really great. We're doing these live events now, live podcasts, and it's been really fun. I've learned so much about dating. So,
Yeah.
which is great and necessary, I feel.
And what was the inspiration behind the podcast? I mean, were you always dating and were like, I want to talk about this, curious?
Yeah, so I was always dating. I'm that person out of my friends that everyone goes to for advice. And when I'm single, I date a lot, like 2 dates in a night, 3 if I can fit it.
Whoa.
So,
Give you a pillow so you
Yeah,
can
for
Wait,
sure.
3
Thank
dates in
you.
a night?
Yeah, I mean, why
people do
waste
it.
your time on like one person the whole night if it might be
Okay,
bad?
but then what do you do? I'm sorry if you
Yeah.
answered this before. If you the first person you go on, you really like him.
Cancel.
I've been in that situation before,
Okay.
and I had them. I don't know why I made these decisions, you know, but I had them both meeting me at the same place. And really,
Baller! What?
and I really liked the first guy, and I didn't know what to do with myself when the other guy was coming. So I told the first guy that I had a business meeting, thinking that he would be like, okay, bye, and like leave the place. It was this rooftop. He didn't leave the rooftop, and then watched me go on this second date the whole time. So I pretty much shot myself in the foot.
You basically just put yourself on The Bachelor.
Yeah, pretty much. Which everyone should really do more or less when they're dating.
Wait, so what happened there? I'm just curious.
So I had the second date. It wasn't going well. They were like intolerable. And then I'm leaving and I run into the first guy at the bar of the rooftop. And I'm like, hey, you're still here, like so crazy. And he's like, yeah, how was your date? And I was like, what date? Like, that's a business thing. And he's like, really? A business thing at 10:30 on the rooftop? I was like, oh my God. And I was like, ha, like, I don't know. I don't even know how I got out of it, but we ended up dating after that.
Oh,
For, for like a few weeks. It was definitely just like I was definitely being like used for sex, probably, but.
You know what?
It is
At
what
least
it
you
is.
know.
Yeah.
Story of my life.
We both were benefiting.
That's
at the
somebody's
time.
dream, to be honest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
Will you explain the title, We Met At Acme? I know some people don't know what's
So Acme is a bar in the city.
Right there.
Exactly. We could walk there after. We should all
Let's
go after.
go.
We'll meet someone at Acme, but it's this bar in the city. It's kind of hard to get in, which is annoying. Like, we don't like places that are hard to get in. However, when I made this podcast, I was able to get in better, so that was helpful.
That
But
is
the
smart.
reason I called it We Met at Acme is because this couple that I stalk on Instagram, everyone has one, you know, like hashtag couple goals. And I was looking at their wedding photo, and in the comments, someone was like, I can't believe you guys met at Acme.
Wow.
And I was like, stop. That sounds so good, you know? Like, we met at Acme, and we met implies that it's dating related. So I was like, done, we met at Acme.
Also, there is a really good male-female ratio there for me when I've noticed.
For
you know?
sure.
So
Yeah.
it is a good place to like.
I feel like it's very highly curated.
Yeah, it is.
The Patrick, shout out to the bouncer and door guy, is so smart about making sure that there's like a good balance,
Yeah.
you know, of everyone.
Wow.
So your podcast is hugely successful. on a lot to do because you have really interesting and fun guests on. You've had like Nick from The Bachelor, you had Sheena from Vanderpump Rules, you've had like a porn stars, like sexologists, you've had Mark from the Fire Festival documentary. You've had
my
incredible people on.
God. Yeah.
Can you pick a favorite, or is there some sort of like type of person that comes on that's always a good guest?
For sure. I would say the type of person that's a great guest is someone willing to go there
Yeah.
and really be open about their relationship stuff. Like there's one friend of mine who came on and I had no idea what to expect. She came on, she started talking about squirting and like how every girl can make herself squirt. And I was like, oh my God, like this was not, it's always the unexpected ones,
Yeah.
you know? I was like, this is not what I expected at all, but this is amazing. And obviously the well-known people are great, but they're not usually as like free-flowing
Right.
as friends and things like that.
Do you have a dream guest though that you would love?
Yes, actually, if you're listening, Howard Stern,
Yeah.
please come on
Oh my God.
my fucking podcast. He would be.
That would be epic.
We should have
He's
spoken
just a
about that one.
legend. Why, you know him?
I used to intern there. I love him. We'll talk after. We'll talk after.
We'll speak. We'll speak.
What is the most? Are there any like? First of all, what's the most interesting thing you've learned from like interviewing millennials about dating? But is there anything really funny that you've heard besides the squirting, which is amazing?
Yeah, for sure. Yes, actually. There was a guest on episode 6, this banker, like investment banker in the city, very typical, basic. And he told me this story about a girl who gave him head on like the first date or something like that.
She was excited.
Yeah, which is great. And like you think you're hearing this and you're like, oh my God, like this is gonna go
Right.
really badly. But after she gave him head, she ghosted him.
Oh.
And he called her blowjob ghost. And he fell in love with her after that. And so now, if anyone comes to me and they're like, what do? I went too far, too fast. I'm like, well, then ghost them now, you know, because the blowjob ghost. Like,
So eventually they met
love
back
of his
up
life.
again?
No, never.
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 Oh,
Never.
Never?
felt
So
to
is he
him
just in
again.
love with the idea of her?
Probably. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like we're in love with everyone who ghosts us.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume then she did not, in the end, really like him that much.
But I want to know when
Yeah.
she
The D
did
wasn't that
like,
great.
was she like, I
He had
just want
smegma
to.
on his dick.
Yeah.
Like, that's when you go
That-
someone after head.
Is
It's
it-
like,
Yeah.
you had dick cheese all over that
Oh.
shit.
Right.
Wow.
No,
Or
is it
maybe
weird
she-
that I
yeah.
get her? Like,
No, full.
yeah, you're just like, I'm into this right now, and then she
Right.
probably thought about it later and was like, no, like, screw him.
Right.
Like,
I want to know when she knew she wasn't into him, before or after the blowjob. That is the most interesting fact. When she was like, I'll send him
Okay.
off with something.
Right, exactly.
We are with her. Like, we are with her.
Oh, yeah, we
established.
have her
I'm
back.
with her. We have her
But
back.
maybe she just wanted to practice her skills.
Right.
Like, how fast can I do this and like be successful at it? Okay, great. Now I'm gonna go to some dude that I actually care about and give
Do it
him
better.
help.
Totally could
You
be.
know?
There's
I
a
want her
whole
on the show.
psychology behind
Do it.
the
We want the blowjob ghost on the
Blowjob
Blowjob
show.
ghost, if you're listening, you know who you are.
Honestly, I'm ready to add her as a 5th host. She sounds good.
Amazing.
awesome.
Yeah, she's a legend, honestly.
So will you tell us about Lindsay's Lunchbox?
Yes. So Lindsay's Lunchbox is a social media consulting company. And I called it Lindsay's Lunchbox because once upon a time I wanted to open a restaurant for just kids.
Oh.
Call it Lindsay's Lunchbox. And instead of having like a little kids menu, have a little adults menu.
That's so cute.
But then I realized opening a restaurant would be giving up my entire life, and I would never do anything but be in that restaurant again. So I was doing social media at the time for food brands. I have a food blog called Don't Expect Salads,
It's so good.
which is obviously not salad related.
Love it.
I've actually never eaten a salad before.
I don't. Girl, let's talk.
Yeah, no,
not
I
even-
Not a
swear.
meal.
I swear.
Yeah.
What
I
happens when they put greens on the side? You just toss it on the floor?
I give them away to whoever wants them.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Generous.
Charity.
Yeah, I'm giving. But Lindsay's Lunchbox is basically I do social media for brands on like a monthly basis. One of my clients, DeKalb Market Hall. Have you guys ever been there in downtown Brooklyn? It's amazing. They will appreciate the shout out. That's it. Being, you know, good.
And how many Instagram accounts do you have right now? Because I heard you have a bunch.
Too many. I have 6.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
that is
and
a
that
lot.
includes my Finsta, which we all have.
Right.
obviously.
So how do you find time to manage them all? Because I have one, and
Yeah.
I'm like every 6 weeks I post something.
I don't know, but it's funny that you asked because I went to, you know how you can see how long you've spent on Instagram?
Ugh.
I went to the thing and I was like, oh, I've only spent an hour. And then I went to all the other accounts and it was also an hour. So I was like, this is horrible. But I just try to like think, oh, have I posted on this account today? Have I posted on this account today? And usually do it within an hour and then just like get away from it for a little bit so I can breathe.
So in managing all these accounts, do you have just like one piece of simple advice for people who want to become influencers or grow their
I need help.
followers?
Yes, I would say be really, really honest in your captions, but not like too honest that you're writing a novel and
Right.
people are like, relax. But honest, like for example, I posted a photo from Florida 2 weekends ago, and it was obviously like a fake candid, you know, when
Right.
you're laughing for the photo, you're like, and I was like, I fake laughed so hard that I actually laughed in this
Right.
photo, and it was like a series of me fake laughing into real laughing. So I think people just can identify with the realness and just can tell when it's fakeness.
Right.
Yeah, that
We
makes
have a
sense.
game we want to play with you.
Yes, we have a bit of a game.
Ooh.
And this is actually something I really love about your Instagram account, We Met At Acme, is you guys post a lot of deal breakers, red flags.
Yes.
So we have some scenarios that we wanted to run by you and just kind of get your take.
Ooh, let's hear it.
So this is an interesting one. You're going on a couple dates with someone, and let's say I'm gonna like spice this up a little, and let's say they're great, but like for the first several dates, they're like incredibly late. Is that? I mean, that's obviously a red flag to me, but like, how many dates would you like keep going on
It's a
someone?
deal breaker for sure. The first time they're late is fine. It's that one time. Actually, my current partner was 15 minutes or maybe 20 minutes late on our third date, and it almost did not continue.
Wow.
But I think if they do it once and not again, then it's fine.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I think you have to say something. Like, I would give
Yeah.
it to the second date, and when he showed up, I'd be like, if you're ever late again, I will
Exactly.
not be here when you arrive.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was dating someone who was late a lot, but we kind of made a joke out of it. But
Tell your story.
Yeah, tell.
I was dating a person, and I thought he really liked me, but we had a like
The
a
gym class.
The gym class one. Oh my God, so we're supposed to go to Barry's boot camp together.
Yeah, of
I've never done it before ever.
Yeah.
We were gonna do it together. I go, I'm gonna suffer through this, and I get a text saying, I'm running late, I'm not gonna make it. And I'm like, you're gonna make me do this class?
He did the class
By
alone.
myself.
It was a blessing though, because I looked disgusting after that class,
Yeah.
but I was mad about that.
Did he register? Because that's like
Yeah,
$30
lots of
down
money.
the drain.
Wow.
Wow, what a flake. Did you see him after?
A couple times.
Wow.
He was hot.
We're all the worst.
I support
What's
it.
your-
Oh, I have
Yeah.
one. If they smoke cigarettes.
So it's not a deal breaker because it could change. Like, let me tell you, many people don't know this, but I just read Becoming by Michelle Obama.
Okay.
Guess who smoked cigarettes?
Of
I
course.
know.
You know.
He's
know.
not perfect.
He's not, but he is now because he doesn't.
right.
Which means, like, we can change, surface level things about us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
our
that's true. If you look up Barack and Michelle, I guess
But like,
Yeah.
don't do it on our date. I dated a guy who smoked, and like as we were walking, like he was walking me to my door, he like
Right.
lit up a cigarette, and I was like,
Ugh.
"You're about to kiss me," or
Yeah,
at least I
no.
assumed you were. You're not anymore.
Right, exactly. That's sabotage.
I didn't let
for
him kiss me, and he
himself.
was like all confused. I was like, "You just smoked a cigarette."
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
gross.
I
Wild.
also hate the really over-apologetic smokers. It's like, if you're gonna smoke, at least own it. I hate the people who are like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I'll put it out, And then
Yeah,
they, like, go on the ground
no.
and start tapping it out. And you're like, you're being so much grosser right now.
But
Like,
what
just
about dueling?
Oh, I hate
I'm
that.
not
For me,
into
that's a
it.
deal breaker.
Yeah.
But
I
everyone
think
does
Julie
it,
is
though.
for teenagers,
like
though.
It is.
Grossest,
Yeah.
lamest
Yeah,
thing.
you
it's just
been
like
dating
I think it's just
teenagers?
lame.
Maybe.
Oh,
no.
that's
No, luckily, my partner does not jewel, but
Great,
that
awesome.
would be
Right.
Cool, cool,
disgusting.
The next one is social media. What
Mm-hmm.
if the person you're seeing doesn't have social media? Is that a red flag?
That's sketchy as fuck. Like, who doesn't have social media?
Yeah.
Like they're obviously married with another family. And that's just something that you have to accept. Like, name one person who doesn't have social media who isn't sketchy.
Yeah, or
Right?
over the
Think
age of
about it.
65.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I mean, if you're dating a grandpa, like, that's fine.
Right.
You know?
You expect
but
it.
There's a
then
balance because I also don't like dating men who are too into their social media.
Oh my God.
And they're like making like duck faces, like no.
No, I
Yeah.
think, and this is a controversial statement, but I think any straight man who's like posting solo shots or selfies is not
Well.
well. Very unwell.
I would say
and
that's accurate.
insecure.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah.
Not that.
Definitely.
Oh, okay, I have one. What about people who are super hot but have like the worst tattoos? Like I always
Like,
get
give me an
so creeped
example.
out. Like,
Yeah.
like if they have like a SpongeBob tattoo, but it's SpongeBob on crack, like foaming from the mouth. Like, I've met so many people where I'm like, this person's hot, and then they take off their shirt and it's like, this is my grandma's face on this titty. And I'm like, we don't need to see grandma on your
Yeah,
titty.
that's tragic.
Tragic.
I don't know. I think it depends how hot they are, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it definitely takes away a lot of the hotness.
does.
I would allow for one bad tattoo.
Right.
Location matters though too.
Yeah.
If it's always visible, that's going to be a problem for
It's
me.
true.
If we can hide it,
exactly.
Let's
I
go.
What
think
about like when the guy has tattoos right here and it's like a
That's not
chili
cute.
pepper and you're like, man, I can't suck this
no,
dick.
that's not cute. No, you can't. I feel like here is like a hot place.
Yeah,
To
if
have
it
one.
accentuates your arm muscle
Exactly.
appropriately.
Exactly. But then it's pressure to always have muscle, but that's there. That's on them.
That's on them.
I like a tight
accountable.
body, so
Exactly. Well, I think they should invent tattoos that expire, like an 8-year tattoo that goes away, so you can decide if you want to like renew that
I agree.
tattoo
Yeah,
or
that's
move on
smart.
from it.
Something more than henna.
I love that idea.
but less than,
I
you
would
know.
like
Yeah.
one that just lasts 2 years. I think that's a
2
great
is fine.
idea.
Yeah.
This has been so much fun.
So much fun.
Lindsey,
So much
thank
fun.
you
Thank
so
you
much for
so
joining us.
much.